today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Alex Smith and the Washington football team.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Washington football team.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
On first down, it's Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Dalton. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper.
Dalton.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice, because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, I remember reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And the catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw is Smith. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Smith. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, touchdown number 18 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
The ball carrier.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
He's looking deep for Bell. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The tight end, Blake Bell, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, Dalton. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Smith. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And he'll give it here to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Smith to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26.
Gain of 12.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
It's J.D. McKissick. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted.
Still first down.
Smith. Inman has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete.
From 13 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. First down, Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Ezekiel Elliott.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 20 carries, 101 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds his target, it's Schultz.
Dalton's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about Running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On first down, Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. On second down, it's Elliott. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Play action. It's Smith. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 25 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Ball carry.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
We'll love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On 2nd and 9, Smith. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A 7-yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
For Washington on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. J.D. McKissick, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Dalton. And his throw here is incomplete. Dalton. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Cooper's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Dalton throwing complete there to Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
Dalton now to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Passing, it's Dalton. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. They'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive. Alive on 3rd and inches.
At the 15-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton hands off to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Washington on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down.
To the air again, Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again. Smith. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. On first down, Smith. Off to Thomas on the left side. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Goal, Washington.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first. Half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to... put a dent in their confidence, and you know you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays, but with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Peyton Barber, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half. And they got it done.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun. Dalton. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
At the 28-yard line.
After the interception, here's Smith. Wide open receiver complete.
Smith.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Washington.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Smith's pass.
Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the game you're watching, it's been the veteran Alex Smith with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Time to spotlight the quarterback, Alex Smith. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Now Smith. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Antonio Gibson.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Third down.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Out of the gun, Smith. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Gain of 13 yards.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
60 license, 60 license.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second. Goal.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Smith now to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Smith's pass.
Dontrell Inman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Tony Pollard on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And that's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He finds an opening past the 40. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up
in so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 41, Dalton. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Jonathan Allen on the
now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
The ball carrier.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or creep. Or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Montez Sweat. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Makes this Washington 42, Cowboys 6.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So here is Washington now to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. Big hold to the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that praise, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down now, it's Gibson, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6, now second and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Once again, it's Barber. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Barber. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check three.
The carry for Barber. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's McKissick. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Barber. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Cowboys 6.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This taken in about 4 yards deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll find the rookie from Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Another chance for Dalton. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Tighten up, pull together.
Running with Elliott. And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Pollard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Run for Pollard. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the... Pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Elliott, toss right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Hands up. Lead.
Right there, 54 Mike. Nice, sweetheart. Mike's 54.
So Dalton now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Cowboys claw one back.
Might have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Zerline connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. There's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Washington.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. All day, dog.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Barber. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
The ball carrier,
Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
7-yard line.
Brandon. $5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They will run it. It's McKissick. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running is Barber. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D.